once powerful note. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime. One, two, one, two. E is all that remains of a once powerful note. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime. One, two, one, two. E is all that remains of a once powerful note. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime. One, two, one, two. E is all that remains of a once powerful note. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime. One, two, two, three. Is all that remains of a once powerful note. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime. One, two, one, two. E is all that remains of a once powerful note. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime. One, two, one, two. E is all that remains of a once powerful note. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime. One, two, one, two. E is all that remains of a once powerful note. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime. One, two, one, two. E is all that remains of a once powerful note. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime. One, two, two, three. E is all that remains of a once powerful note. now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime. One. Two. One. Two. E is all that remains of a once powerful nation. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime. One. Two. One. Two. E is all that remains of a once powerful nation. Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime. One.
Hello, Bear. Needle here. I bet you wish I wasn't here, so we wouldn't have to read more of Bandit Belt,
Remains of a once
but here we are regardless. And when I say he, I mean not the royal we.
threshold of an amazing
I mean me and my good friend Kerorobo. Say hi, Kerorobo.
Hello. I can unmute
Hello.
now. Hi. I'm here.
Now I must tell you, I've done a little bit of well, first we should preface this in case anyone doesn't know. The guy who wrote Bandit's Belt found out about what we're doing here. And
An
he's
incredible turn of events.
in an incredible turn of events, he found out. But the good news is he seems to be enjoying it. So, as long as we've got his seal of approval, we might as well continue. But the point I was trying to make before that is I've told you in private before, I think that Bandit's Belt has the potential to be the new Cupcakes.
I'm still unsure about that, just
Uh,
because of the implications. from
the
Cupcakes,
implications thereof, but I did a little.
But it's up there.
It's up there, but I did a little bit of research into it, and I found a not insignificant amount of people who seem to be into it unironically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of people on Twitter who are doing that, and they're like making fan art for it, and they're like, it's very strange. And
I can see it. It's apparently been it's been worked on since 2022, I think.
I mean, I guess, but
It's been going, dude. It's been putting in work.
there's no denying that he's been putting in the hours on this shit, but
People will notice.
people
Doesn't-
will notice.
Doesn't need to be fucking Ulysses.
It's I don't know.
Citizen Kane of
This is a
Bluey
Citizen
fanfic.
Kane of Bluey fanfic, which I don't even know. What is the average Bluey fanfic about, if not something weird and fucked up? Like, is it just gonna be like, Bluey goes to the park, plays hopscotch, and...
There are two bits of media that I've read any amount of fan fiction for, and one of them obviously is My Little Pony, and the other randomly is Tales of Vesperia. And they were all either very, very edgy, which this one is, or straight up borderline porn. So,
I
which
mean,
this one might be. Who knows? We
have yet to discover that. I guess I have to admit, but that makes a fair amount of sense. Just in the sense that, like, who else is going to be writing fucking Bluey fan fiction instead of just watching the TV show, but someone who's like kinda, you know, God's favorite, if you know what I mean. God's special little angel.
I like the people who are reading it are going to be people who enjoy that stuff too, because they know that that's what fanfic is going to be anyway. You're not going to get just another episode of Bluey. It's not going to be just, you know, a 15-minute read of learning some sort of family value.
Wouldn't it be fucked up if there was a Bluey episode where Chili got tumors in her body? Wouldn't that be fucked?
I mean, we're only like 5 seasons in. They got time.
Hey, if Bluey keeps going strong like it is now, they're gonna start running out of ideas sooner or later.
They're going to have to kill Chili eventually.
They're going to have to kill Chili. It's only a matter of time. Okay. Do you have the story? You need me to link it?
I do. I have it up already.
Okay, good. I was gonna say you're one step ahead of me, but you're not, because I also have it up already. Now, if you'll recall, we did this, I voiced Chili and Bingo, and you did Bandit and Bluey, and I also did the narrator.
Yes.
Okay.
Do the same thing this time?
Yeah, might as well stay the course. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Here begins Chapter 5, Happiness. Brisbane Hospital, 6:30 p.m. afternoon. Bandit was in Brisbane Hospital. He cut the corner where Chili's hall was, and on the side of Chili's door was Sean, wearing his doctor outfit, holding a clipboard, waiting for him.
Hey, Sean, how is she doing? Bandit came up and asked him. Wait, are you Sean or am I Sean?
I think I was Sean, because Sean's the doctor.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Not good at all, mate. She discharged blood from her body 2 times today, which I thought would have happened next week, after the tumors started growing. And now she's in a depressed mood swing. This bitch in her mood swings.
I thought you were inserting a period joke, but it was part of the line.
No, they said that last time too. They said Chili is going to discharge blood from her body about next week when she has the tumors. That was a line, and I remember that.
No. I thought you were inserting your own edge.
No. I can't do anything to this to make it more fucked up.
But she will get better, right, Sean?
Only time will tell, mate. You can go visit her now. Just be careful is what you say, he said as he left to go see another patient. Bandit's a fucking idiot. But she'll get better, right? With the tumors and the blood?
No, Bandit.
But maybe, though.
With lots of aggressive chemotherapy, maybe.
Bandit sighed, but he was determined to make his wife happy. He slowly opened the door to see Chili on the bed. Right now, she was watching the TV in the corner of the room, in her bed sheets. But all Bandit noticed was how pale her fur had gotten. She almost looked like Trixie, if it wasn't for her fur still having a slight tint of orange. Oops.
Hey, Chili, Bandit said. I'll read like the parts directly preceding Bandit parts. What are you doing over there?
I was turning on the background music. I didn't have it turned on.
Oh, I didn't realize that you had it on last time.
No. I have the Bluey soundtrack on in the background for ambiance, for immersion.
Crap. Chili looked to the left to see her husband. She then tried to hide herself underneath the bed coverings.
Oh, here we go.
That's you.
Don't look at me, Bandit. Oh. Don't look at me, Bandit, she said quietly. Bandit went up to her, but slowly took the bedsheets off of her. She looked so sad, her face reminded him of when her mum died 7 years... What the fuck? Okay, hang on.
I think her mom is actually dead, and fucking Bluey.
Okay, well, good for Chili and her dead mom. Okay. Let me take this again. Don't look at me, Bandit, she said quietly. Bandit went up to her and slowly took the bedsheets off of her. She looked so sad, her face reminded him, of when her mum died 7 years ago. She was gonna tell her that she was pregnant with Bluey. But the only person who picked up was her dad, telling him her mum was eaten by a saltwater crocodile. What the fuck?
The most Australian of deaths.
Yeah, she got bit by a fucking tarantula, and then a crocodile came, and then a fucking drop bear fell on her corpse.
I gotta know how many people are killed by saltwater crocodiles.
You can't look up how many people are killed by them, you gotta look up how many dogs are killed by them.
Oh my god, 1,000 people a year.
You need to look up how many dogs die from them. This statistic doesn't tell us anything.
Dogs per year. How many dogs are lost to...
You're probably not gonna even find a number.
I'm not finding the statistics for dogs.
let's just go by dog years and assume it's with 1,000 people, it's 7,000 dogs.
Okay, it's 7,000 dogs die every year to saltwater crocodiles.
And one of them was Chili's mom. Hey, Bluey, by the way. Nice to see you here.
Oh, sorry, I was Googling
Yeah,
saltwater
you're looking at
crocodile.
fucking crocodile facts on, Google.com.
Did we read this? She cried the whole night.
Oh no, I didn't. Okay, she cried the whole night. I was just too taken back by the saltwater crocodile, I'm sorry. She cried the whole night and rarely smiled for a few months, making the same face she was making right now. Until she had Bluey, her, capital her, for, God, Chili has achieved godhood, her smile returned. So right now, it was up to him to return her smile. Too bad fucking Fu and Moko aren't here. They're always saying they're gonna protect your fucking smile. Where are you for the healer family, you dumb cunts?
Where were you when Chili's mom was mauled by a saltwater crocodile?
Where were you, Fu and Moko? Moko-chan! Don't go in!
Chili, it's okay. I want to see you, he said soothingly.
But Ben...
Soothingly.
Soothingly.
I have a new microphone.
Yeah, you should do. It sounds really good.
Thank you.
But Bandit, I'm ugly. My face is ugly. The body is ugly, she stuttered. They got stuttered right this time. Nesquik, hello, and hello to you, Edward, as well. Let's see. Next one. Okay. She tried to hide herself again, but Bandit didn't let her. Okay, I want to read it like normally. That's the problem. I want to read it with like a normal fucking cadence, but that's not how the story goes.
Normal cadence is useless.
Yeah.
It should be. That's how this should be.
She tried to hide herself again, but Bandit didn't let her. Bandit has also achieved godhood, wanted to see her no matter how she looked. He gave her a little kiss on her head, letting her know he loves her. He then held her hand and looked her in the eyes.
I knew you were ugly when I married you. You'll never be ugly to me, honey. No matter what happens to your body, I'll always love you, he said, not taking his eyes off her. She looked at him. In some ways, she felt comfortable. Even though she felt sad right now. Because of the tumor.
Because of we gotta clarify. In case you've forgotten,
The tumor.
she's sad because of the tumor. Okay, we need to reinforce that information. She's sad because of the tumor.
I mean, I'd be sad. I'd be pretty fucking bummed.
Yeah. I think that's the general scenario. Yeah.
Knock on wood.
We're both gonna get tumors in our body because we're laughing at Bandit's belt.
There's a fairly significant chance of me dying of a brain tumor at like 50, so I'm just fucking hooking it up now while I can.
It's everybody's got those odds. You're next.
Oh, you wanna know something funny that happened today, sweetie? Bandit suggested.
I doubt it would make me happy, Bandit, she said, gripping her husband's hand.
I just found the cure for cancer, you dumb bitch. How you feel now?
But I'm fucking selling it to Pfizer for $1 million.
You can't have it.
And we will never afford it.
Wait, no, that's... Shit, what the fuck are we?
Remember. Literally the word.
Remember when we first...
No, the one before that.
Hold
One
on.
before that, yeah. No, I said I doubt it would make me happy, then yeah, okay.
Yeah, come on, honey. When have I failed to make you smile? Bandit said, also gripping her hand.
And no punctuation on that one, so it goes directly into this next sentence. We have an end.
Come on, honey. When have I failed to make you smile? Bandit said, also gripping her hand. Remember when we first met in London? You were a guard for the Queen, and I had that stupid hat that I still have in my office. That I still have in my office? Said Bandit, smiling at her.
What the fuck?
She looked down. Continue.
I was gonna say, what the fuck are you talking about? Remember when we... Okay, so this is Bandit saying this. Remember when we first met in London? You, as in Chili, was a guard for the Queen. But Bandit had on that stupid hat? Wouldn't...
Maybe he's not talking about the Queen's Guard hat. Maybe he had like one of those fish fear me hats.
Tumors fear me, women want me?
He had a hat on, exclaiming his enthusiasm for giving oral. And she was like,
damn!
The Queen. Fuck the Queen, she'll be dead in 2023 anyway.
Okay, let's see. Chili looked down. Her mood swing was still making her sad. But even then, remembering how she first met Bandit made her smile. Giving her something she hasn't felt in a while. Joy! Oh, Bandit, you were such a goofball. Canned laughter. Just the applause.
Laugh track. Oh damn, we should get a laugh track.
You need to put a fucking laugh track on the soundboard. I think that would be very beneficial for what we're doing here.
God damn it. Maybe I already have one. I don't know.
Okay, now we're back to Wendy's house. A quick reminder for those who haven't been here. After Chili went into the hospital, Bandit didn't want to care for them anymore, so he sent his kids to go live with the lady dog next door. And this is where we pick up. Wendy's house. I didn't say that. I just said lady dog. Wendy's house, 7:15 p.m. Wendy's living room was pretty simple. A couch in the middle, with a table in front, and then tiny tables all around the room with plants on top of them. I can visualize it really well in my mind. Are you seeing the tiny...
She loves tables.
She loves tiny tables. And I'm imagining they're like really tiny tables. Like, you know that thing they put in pizza boxes sometimes in the center of the pizza? I'm just imagining
It's
like...
just extremely depressed, and those are just littered around the living room.
But each one has like a little leaf carefully poised on top of it. And she's like, they're my plants! They're my plants!
Oh, she has extremely early onset dementia.
Oh no! The author of this fic, the home blue, has arrived in chat. So,
Oh, hell yeah.
everybody be on your best behavior.
Thank you so much for this.
Yeah, thank you for this beautiful gift you've given the world. The girls just finished watching a movie. While the girls were happy with the conclusion, Wendy was just confused with the whole plot of the movie. It reads like a poem, you know what I'm saying? It's like you'd fucking get up there and read this and everybody would start snapping their fingers, you know what I mean?
It doesn't. It has a lot in common with slam poetry.
It does, it really fucking does.
Who was Wendy again? Was you were Wendy, right?
Yeah, I think I was Wendy, yeah. None of this makes any sense, she said. Why did they use an inland taipon as the main character? And why is the thorny devil viewed as a venomous animal? They don't have any venom. And couldn't they use a non-venomous snake instead of an inland taipon? For heaven's sake, she ranted. Do you know what an inland taipon is?
No, off the top of my head.
Me neither. I assume it is a snake based on the way they're talking. I'm pretty sure the thorny devil is a lizard. I'm pretty sure it's like a
Thorny
lizard.
devil is a lizard.
Yeah, it's like
like a
like a
little-
lizard that looks like a leaf, isn't it?
It's like a smaller bearded dragon with more pointy bits, less fat.
It's a little it's back to the Sarah reference. It's a little bit obscure. It's a
I've
little
googled
bit
3 animals so far this stream.
3 animals. Okay.
Like 10 minutes in, I've googled 3 animals.
Yeah. Listen, okay, constructive criticism, when you're gonna make, like, references like that, make them a little bit more, you know, maybe something that more people know off the top of their heads, and maybe a little bit more concise. But we go on. She continued complaining for a while. Bluey and Bingo were looking at her, as if she had gone bonkers. Bonkers on Disney's Saturday morning. You remember Bonkers on Disney's Saturday morning?
No.
You
that's
don't?
Cool.
No, that was fucking no. That was around your time, wasn't it? It had to have been. Maybe it wasn't even
Was
on
it?
Disney's side. Yeah. Fucking.
So I was never a big Disney kid anyway.
Neither was I, but I know what fucking Bonkers is. It was if I recall, it was set in the same universe as. What do you call it? Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Except it didn't have. Except it didn't have nearly the same effect because the whole thing was animated.
Oh,
So-
it's that fucking.
Yeah, it's the guy with
leopard
it's the fucking cheetah guy.
thing.
Yeah, the cheetah guy. Yeah. Yeah, you know what
okay.
Bonkers is.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know his name was Bonkers, but the picture of him brings up many memories.
Yeah, I know you knew what Bonkers was. I don't need to explain Bonkers. Everybody knows
I
what
rented
Bonkers.
the Bonkers Sega Genesis game.
Was it any good?
I remember it being good, but I was a little moron. So.
That is not indicative of real quality. Okay. Bluey and Bingo were looking at her as if she had gone bonkers TM. They got bored and went upstairs to get their snacks. Then went downstairs. Go up and back down. Get those steps in, Bluey. Wendy continued on her rant. So she's just been talking the whole time we've been gone. So they sat.
That's in character.
So they sat down on the couch, and opened some cheese chips TM from their bag, and enjoyed the cheesy TM flavor. They have, I assume that the brand Cheese Chips is both an in-universe brand and has the word cheesy copyrighted, because they are both capitalized proper nouns in this instance.
There could be 50 brands by that exact name right now.
Well, I don't mean in like
I'll take it.
I mean in like fucking the world of Bluey. I know there's probably a million fucking real cheese chips in the real world.
As long as there is still a Bluey China, there are 50 brands of cheese chips.
And then the accents, they got it wrong. Wendy noticed the girls eating chips. Girls, you shouldn't be eating that, she said. Why not? Remember I'm doing it. Oh, I haven't forgotten. Why not? They are delicious, Bingo said as she licked her fingers. Oh no. Oh no, do you see where this is going? It's just junk food. It's just junk food. It's just junk food, girls. Junk food, girls. It will go straight to your size, and then you bum is gonna get all big. All right, this is this.
Oh.
Have fun with this one.
Dad says that's a good thing, and that they save lives. Bluey said. Bandit is correct.
What? Yelled Wendy.
One time I heard Dad say Mama's a fat ass. How much he likes it. No, it's not much.
It might as well fucking say that.
He's right though. He did say that.
Hey, cool it with the editorial.
Yeah, one time I heard Dad talking to Uncle Stripe on the phone, and Uncle Stripe said that thick thighs save lives. Dad said that was true, but it didn't rhyme. It didn't rhyme, that's it. And then they had a 40-minute argument on whether or not it rhymed. Explained Bluey as she finished her chips. That is honestly a very good representation of a sibling relationship.
I was gonna say that it's a very good, this whole little sentence is very indicative of this story as a whole. It's like, some random bullshit that blindsides you, and then it talks about something else that could have probably been a whole chapter on its own, and then they just move on, and it's never brought up again. You know what I mean?
Would you want a full chapter of a 40-minute argument?
No, but you could see that happening, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, definitely. That could be its own fanfic.
I'm not saying I want to see it.
What?
I'm not saying I want it. I'm saying the possibility for someone to want to make it and want to write it, and even maybe want to read it, is out there.
Yeah, instead of Bandit's belt, you can
Instead of fucking Bandit's belt.
Chili's fat ass.
It's not fat anymore.
Chili's pre-cancer ass.
I'm gonna have a word with him when he comes back, Wendy said plainly. The girls then left the living room again to throw away their trash. I mean, if you want to write it, go ahead. I'm not saying I want it. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall.
That one's a solo stream. That one you do.
But who will voice Bluey? Who will voice a muffin?
We can call him some favors.
After that, they returned to find Wendy had taken her coners from her fur and put them on the side table beside the couch. Right now, she was reading an interesting book. Oh no.
What's the book about, Cheeto's mom? Bluey asked her.
Oh, it's called Game of Bones.
Fuck yes.
The main characters are watching knights joust right now. Have you ever read Game of Thrones?
I have not.
Okay, neither have I, but knowing what I know about Game of Thrones, is there a scene where just all the characters get together and watch a jousting match?
Oh, yes. Actually.
There is?
Several. Yeah.
Really? Are you fucking with me?
No, like in the first episode, I think it happens.
Oh, wow.
There's like, there are several, not tournament arcs, but like tournament episodes almost.
I've never seen Game of Thrones or read it, but just hearing, the main characters are watching knights joust right now doesn't sound terribly thrilling in a book.
I honestly think it's the first episode or the second episode. Pre-Ed being beheaded.
What's
Ned. Whatever.
What's a joust? Asked Bingo. Jousting is when two knights get on horses with two large wooden swords, and then they try to show each other off their horses. With the wooden swords, whoever falls loses, and whoever stays up wins, she explained. Bluey and Bingo were both intrigued with what Wendy said. Then they looked at each other. They were pretty much thinking the same thing. Hey, Judo's mom! Can we please play a game? They said in unison. Not right now, girls. I have to finish this chapter, she said. Even though she said no, Bluey and Bingo had an idea to make her play with them. Wendy noticed they were whispering for a while, but she thought nothing of it, and continued to read her book until the girls interrupted her. Can you please play with us, Judo's mom? Wendy looked away from her book and was shocked to see the girls with their ears folded down and their irises expanded. They had their hands together on the side of their cheeks, making the most adorable and empathetic face they could make. It was making Wendy feel guilty for not playing with them. She tried her best to not feel guilty, but when she looked at Bingo and just how cute she was, she knew she had lost the fight. Sigh, fine. She put the book on the front table. What do you girls want to play? Okay, Bluey has one single line.
We want to fuck this place up.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Oh, well, can we set it up first? It's going to take a bit of time.
Well, then why the fuck did you harass her about this right now? Why didn't you set it?
You're setting up for 2 people being toddlers, or 3 people with an additional adult.
Take as long as you need, Wendy said as she reopened her book. Bluey left the living room and ran up to Judo's room, with Bingo following behind her. Can we borrow some of Judo's toys and kitchen supplies? Bingo yelled. Just take your time, she replied, distracted by the book.
Not what I asked, but okay.
Not at all what I asked. You didn't answer, so that means yes. I'm gonna get all those. I'm gonna get all those kitchen knives. The girls got to work on their game. They used Judo's blocks, some kitchen supplies, a broom, a rubbly glove, a dustpan, a broom, some pants, some kitchen supplies, Judo's blocks, a dustpan, a broom, and a dustpan they found. 20 minutes have gone by, and Wendy just finished her chapter in Game of Bones.
Forgot the acetone.
Oh my god, how could I forget the acetone? My god, the mountain is brutal, she said to herself.
Quick aside.
Oh no. What?
I've actually met the mountain.
Really? At like a convention?
No, in Iceland. Came on a ship.
No shit.
Oh.
Why?
Somebody emailed him when we were on our way up there. We're like, hey, do you want to see a warship? And he was like, okay. Can I bring my kids? And then he brought his kids.
The author would like you to explain the mountain to them.
Was it Thor Bjornsson?
Yeah.
I think it was the second guy that played the mountain.
Yes.
The guy that killed the Viper.
Okay.
He like squished his eyes.
Oh,
It was really, really cool.
Oh, you have deeply impressed the author.
Yeah, he was fucking dude's baller. His wife's like 5 foot tall. It's crazy.
They always fucking I'm thinking about that hamster eating the banana image.
That is, like, his hand on my I'm not very tall, but, like, his hand on my shoulder makes me look like a toddler. And then his wife, I made look like a toddler.
Yours a hamster eating the banana.
His wife was a flea on the hamster eating the banana.
Bingo.
And I somehow created 2 children.
Bingo entered the room. She had a barbarian helmet on, with lasagna trays as her body armor, and tinfoil around her legs. And lastly, she was holding a broom in her hand. Seeing this, weirded Wendy out. Okay. Are you ready to
You know how much that's worth?
Are you ready to play, Judo's mom? She asked her. What game are we exactly playing? Wendy asked. We're gonna play jousting! Bingo yelled, swaying the broom around, almost hitting Wendy. And how do I play then? She asked, grabbing the broom and then lowering it down to the ground. You're gonna be the horsey! And since Dad's not here, we changed the rules up a bit, Bingo explained. First of all, I'm not gonna be a horse. Second, I don't want to make a mess in my house. And lastly, where's Bluey? She said. Will you please play with us? It took us a long time to set everything up, Judo's mom, Bingo complained. Wendy gave her a look that said, I'm not gonna do it. But Bingo used her cute face to try and win her over. It took a minute, but it worked. Sigh.
This kid was almost killed the other day. Just play fucking horsey with her.
Hey, she seems pretty well adjusted for fucking what happened.
Yeah, kids bounce back real fast. And
Yeah,
in years, she's gonna be all fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, especially in fucking last chapter, she was having, she was being a real fucking complainer about it. Okay.
Mom tried to kill me.
Shut up. Stop bitching. Builds character. Sigh. Okay, I'll be a horsey, but I don't want to play inside, okay? She said as she got on the ground, standing like a horse. Don't worry, Judo's mom. We're gonna play outside. Bluey is waiting for us, but you have to put this in your mouth. It was a ball gag. She was gonna use to control her movement like a real horse. All Wendy did was give an annoyed neigh. As she crouched down to let Bingo get on her back, she struggled a bit carrying her to the backyard because of the unnecessary armor. The unnecessary armor made of like fucking disposable frozen lasagna trays that weighs like half an ounce. God forbid!
I'd be fucking so mad. Like, somebody gonna pay me for those? You know how much it is for a fucking thing of tinfoil?
Well, she's a small dog. She didn't need a whole lot of it.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
When they got outside, Bluey was waiting for them in her custom-built fort, made from Judo's blocks and her pillows. Behind the poorly constructed fort, I guess she's bad at making the fort. Behind the poorly constructed fort was the rest of the girl snacks. Girl dinner. On a chair, Bluey was also wearing the same armor Bingo had, but she had the dustpan and was swinging it around like crazy, waiting for her sister. Nay, said Wendy in confusion to what was going on. She's defending the treasure. Oh, she's defending the treasure! We have to go through her and the barriers!
Oh, this is me.
Yeah, you're getting very few lines in this chapter.
Hold on, I gotta make this count, but I can't scream it because my roommate. Bring it on, Bingo! Give me your shot! She yelled, slamming the dustpan on the ground.
George Spartacus! Bingo yelled at Wendy. Nay! Wendy charged at Bluey. She did as she was told. She galloped all the way near Bluey. But Bluey had a trick up her sleeve. She threw Legos out on the grass. Oh, oh, nay! She tried to stop, but she stepped on a few Legos and fell on the grass. Bingo jumped off of Wendy and started to fight Bluey with... This isn't jousting. I just realized right now that this isn't jousting at all.
One's a toddler and the other one is a moron.
Okay, so we got a moron and an additional moron.
And they're both Australian, so we
they're both Australian, so we gotta grade this on a curve.
We're grading on a curve.
It took a while, but Bluey slammed the dustpan on her side, not enough to hurt her, but enough to trip her up on the ground.
Damn. I win, yelled Bluey.
I wanted to win, said Bingo on the ground.
And let's go again, Bingo. Just Bluey as she wagged her tail in excitement.
Oh, what the fuck is Bluey about to do to Bingo? Nay, said an annoyed Wendy on the ground. After 3 rounds of playing jousting, Bluey won every time, no matter what Bingo tried to do. She always lost to her Lego trap. Seriously? You couldn't... After like 3 times, you couldn't figure it out? You were like, damn, I can't go around them. I can't avoid them.
These fucking Legos are blocking my path.
They're mega blocks. I can't just move them. They're mega blocks. They're too big.
We got a little bit of fucking Kevin McAllister in her. She just wants to hurt Bingo. She's a little weird.
Bluey Culkin. She started to get angry, not because of the pain in her knees, but because Bluey was taunting her, and Bingo. So she thought of a strategy that not even Bluey will see coming. As Bluey was laughing menacingly because of her 3rd victory, Wendy galloped on the backyard porch and grabbed a certain object that would help Bingo win. Bingo was on the ground trying to think of another way to beat her. Nay, said Wendy. Bingo looked behind her and saw Wendy drop the item on the ground. She then whispered the plan in her ear. When she was done, Bingo gave her the biggest grin her face could make.
Oh.
Yeah, back to you. Yeah, back to you.
Who will beat me? I'm invisible.
When the fuck did that happen?
Have you ever played pretend when you were a kid?
No.
Sometimes you're just invisible.
No, I didn't play as a kid. I came out of the womb and I started doing times tables. They never let me play.
Saltine crackers in a dark room.
Eating saltine crackers in a glass of lukewarm tap water. So just watching the paint, just watching the paint dry.
And you knock up Olivia Munn, cheat on your Jewish wife.
Cheat on the wife, you based half your fucking specials about how much you loved her. And how much you didn't want to have a kid. And then you knock up your mistress and you're like, whatever.
Olivia Munn.
I don't know anything about Olivia Monroe. I can't make any moral judgments.
She was annoying on G4 TV, and then she played an all-right version of oh my god, I just blanked on her name.
Sorry, did you say alt-right?
No. She played an all-right.
Oh, I thought you said alt-right, and I was like, what the fuck?
No.
No, I didn't know she was on G4.
Yeah, she was, I think that's how she got her start. She was on Attack of the Show for a long time. She was like the co-host. Anyway. Yo, Bluey, as she swung the dustpan. Bluey then saw that Bingo was ready for round 4. Bluey had her Legos ready to throw them out. As Wendy charged, Bingo had her hand behind her back. Wow, I gotta get my fucking glasses on.
Gotta get your peepers.
Get my fucking peepers on. Waiting for the right moment to throw it at her sister. Jesus. To throw it at her sister. Bluey was about to throw the bag of Lego on the ground until Bingo used a tennis ball and threw it at Bluey, hitting her right on the nose, stunning her while she dropped her bag of Legos.
Jesus fucking
Uh.
Christ. You can't fucking do that.
Oh, you're mad at Bingo for playing dirty.
Well, I'm mad at. Listen, at least the Lego thing. You know, we made jokes about how we can't avoid them. They're impossible. They're impossible to avoid. But throwing Legos on the ground is a lot different from fucking throwing a tennis ball full force at someone's face.
I mean, siblings just try to kill each other.
See, this it didn't happen to me because me and my brother are like a decade apart. He never tried to kill me.
I guess that might be part of it. Me and my sister are like 8 years apart, and I still tried to kill her.
See, I don't get that. Why? She was like
Oh.
fucking, you know, she was like in 2nd grade and you were in like middle school. You're gonna fucking break her back.
Yeah? She knew what she was doing.
Well, I guess I didn't.
Shit. Am I still up? Yes, I am. Bingo then used her broom and hit her directly on the lasagna trays. I have my glasses on now, by the way.
That's a
On her
euphemism.
stomach.
Hit her on the lasagna trays. That's a euphemism for something.
Hit her right in the lasagnas. On her stomach. Bluey was thrown to Judo's blocks. Bluey was thrown to Judo's blocks. Okay. And the back.
Cool sentence.
And she unintentionally broke the wall that was covering the snacks.
No, all the fucking cheese chips are gonna be fucking turned to dust.
The girl dinner.
Not our
The
girl
detox
dinner.
Tea and strawberry pocky.
We won! Yelled Bingo. Nay! Oh, Bluey, are you okay? Wendy broke character.
Bluey's dead.
Bluey, are you drunk? Bluey is dead.
I'm okay, Judo's mom, Bluey said, lifting her hand from the blocks and giving her a thumbs up.
As the fucking river of blood just poured from her nose. Good, because me and Bingo are gonna eat your snacks, Wendy said, as she ripped up the rest of the snacks and started gobbling up the food, as a sharp departure from what she was like only a fucking like 2 paragraphs ago. Bingo also joined and started to eat the food with her.
She has the bloodlust. She discovered the joy of hitting children. She's like, yeah, now that,
Like,
now that
yes!
you're physically hurt, I'm gonna eat all your nutrients so you can't outgrow me. Hey! Yelled Bluey as she got up and tried to take back her food. Wendy had a bag of fruit gummies in her mouth, and Bluey tried to take it back. They were playing tug-of-war with the gummies. Beep. Beep. Wendy let go of the gummies, making Bluey fall back on the ground. She looked on her phone to see her front porch camera pick up movement. It was Bandit's car. He was here a bit earlier. Wait, a bit early. There we
I'm
go.
glad we're
Yeah.
getting that, what do you call it? Fuck, what is it? Fuck, I'm totally blanking on the fuck. What is it called when you put a product in a movie? Product placement. We're getting that Ring camera product placement in Bandit's belt.
Looked at my Ring camera, TM.
My Ring...
Ring camera companion app.
Ring companion app, TM, Apple Store, TM.
On
Go-
my Huawei phone.
Girls, your father is here, she said, showing his car on her phone. We were having fun, complained Bingo.
Took me a minute to realize.
You
what's happening.
gotta read it right. Then Wendy remembered when Bandit was a sheepdog and he tried to eat her clothing so she would be fucking naked because he's a fucking sex freak.
That did happen.
I know that did happen.
He did try to fuck Wendy right there.
I remember that episode. It was very avant-garde. You know what, girls? I know we can have a little more fun. I know how we can have a little more fun, she said, grinning. Bandit got out of his car and happily walked up to Wendy's door. He knocked on it, and after a minute, the door opened. And he was surprised to see Bluey on Wendy's back, and Wendy galloping on all fours, right at him.
Charge! Bluey yelled. Ah, biscuits, Bandit said. His wife with cancer. Bandit tried to run.
That's what he said when she got the diagnosis, too.
Ah, biscuits. Bandit tried to run, but when he got off the porch, Wendy pounced on him, and Bluey started to playfully hit him on his shoulders with her dustpan. Wendy was just hitting him on his stomach with her hand. Wait, no, with her head.
Yeah, with her head.
That's fucked up, Wendy. You're an adult.
Fucked up. That's just assault at this point.
And then Bingo joined in the chaos with her broom. After a while, Bandit grabbed his kids. Oh no. He playfully squeezed them. Oh, thank God. While his kids continued to scream. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, I caught you, you little buggers. Don't you know that your dad will always beat you?
That's
Jesus,
why
phrasing.
that's why they call it Bandit's Belt. Because your dad will always beat you, kids.
With my belt.
With my belt that I don't use because I don't wear clothing because I'm a dog.
Oh God, that's right. He doesn't wear clothing. That's completely escaped me.
We gotta fucking. This is a very big plot hole.
They must wear clothing for like formal events. It must be
I
like,
guess.
like ponies, right? They just wear clothes sometimes.
Yeah, when they need to make a good first impression. They know how to make fun games. Wendy was up from the floor, still holding the rope in her mouth for some reason.
Now she's just trying to fuck. She's trying to seduce Bandit.
Hey, his fucking wife's on the way out. Might as well.
Chili's grave isn't even dug, let alone cold.
Gotta get on this shit early.
You know what they say when your wife's dying of brain cancer? Fuck the hot neighbor lady. God, I keep making shit up and losing my spot. Games. Thanks, Wendy. I'll give you the $60 tomorrow. It's getting late and I want to get the kids to sleep.
Oh, don't worry about it, Bandit. You don't have to pay me anything. I had too much fun with them to even want money, she said, taking the rope from around her neck.
Oh, thanks, Wendy. You are a lifesaver. Yeah. Now, it's time for you girls to go to sleep.
But
I'll
it's
see
3
you
o'clock!
later, Wendy. Wink. Bandit said, leaving with his kids. Wendy was heading back to her house when she realized that Bandit didn't say anything about Chili, and she was still curious about what happened to Bingo and her cut. She was going to get to the bottom of it. Bandit and his kids got inside the house. He put them down and told them to go get ready for a bath. Wait, Bingo, come here, he said. Bingo went up to her father. Bandit leaned down and grabbed Bingo's medical tape. She moved back, away from him. Bingo, come on, honey. Your cut should have healed by now. It's only been a couple of hours, hasn't it? Like a day?
I think maybe
it's been like a day.
maybe a day at most, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a day. Let's take it off, he explained.
Can I take it off? Bingo asked him.
Yeah, sure, mate. Just don't take it off too hard. Whatever you do.
Whatever the fuck you do. Bingo slowly took off the bandage, and when it was off her fur, she put it on her paws and looked at the black, dried blood on it. She then threw it on the ground, repulsed by it. She felt the scar on her neck. It wasn't a large scar, but it was still noticeable on her fur. It's impressive that it was like her fur that got scarred, and not like the skin beneath it. It's pretty cool. It's like a medical mystery.
Listen, platelets.
Fucking
They work
platelets.
differently in dogs.
Fucking platelets, how do they work?
I would have been like sick, and I probably would have tried to eat the bandage when I was 4 years old.
Eat the bandage?
Probably, I was a little moron. I was quite touched by an angel.
Okay. You're next.
It's okay, Bingo. Feel huge. Jesus Christ. Your chair just sounded like a goat screaming.
Listen, listen, I could make it be a lot louder. That was me trying to be quiet about it, okay?
WD-40.
I do, and it does this after the next day immediately.
It's okay, Bingo. It'll heal up in a good while. Your mom is at the hospital. Wait, your mom at the hospital told me that she was very sorry for what she did, and she was hoping you would forgive her, Bandit said.
I still don't want Mom to ever come back, so that this doesn't happen again,
She said, running away to her room. Man, as soon as she got back home, she's being bitchy about it again. Maybe she should just live next door.
I mean, should try to kill her.
We all have traumas.
I'm mad at Mom. It's been a whole 24 hours. She told me I was a mistake and should have been aborted and tried to stab me in my fucking neck. Sigh. She just needs more time, Bandit said to himself.
Ding dong! Dong ding! What a hoppa to it.
Wow, what a hop up of the net. The door rang. Bandit picked up Bingo's bandage and went to open the door, surprised to see no one was there. Down here, mate, it was Wendy holding the rest of the girl's snacks in her mouth.
What the fuck?
Hey, Wendy. You know you don't have to be a horse anymore, right? He said, taking the food from her mouth. She got up and dusted herself off, and stared at Bandit for a bit, giving him some creepy vibes. Are you okay, Wendy? Bandit asked her.
Yeah, I'm okay, Bandit. Just completely brushing over whatever the fuck that was. Just moving on. I'm okay,
She's
Bandit.
Down bad.
I'm okay, Bandit. I was just wondering what happened to Bingo's neck, she asked him.
She ran around with scissors. And, well, she fell and cut the side of her neck. We had to put hydrogen peroxide and medical tape on her neck to heal it up. He lied.
Oh, fucking asshole. Oh, that's horrible. I can't believe she did that. By the way, what color were the scissors, she asked?
Oh, they were Bluey's red scissors. I told her not to touch them, but she never listened to me. Bandit said. Ellipses, 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 ellipses.
You remember in the last chapter they said the scissors were a different color, remember?
I can't remember what color they said, but...
I know they weren't red. You're a horrible liar, Bandit, she said. That caught Bandit off guard. How did she know he was lying? I talked to Bingo when you left her in my house. She said the exact same thing, except for the scissors. She said that they were green, she stated, forgetting that dogs are colorblind.
Yeah, that's true. They were gray. I'll get you next time, Bandit. You lucked out.
Yo, you fucking caught my bluff, you fucker.
Oh, yeah, they were green. My bad, I thought they were
I lied again, Bandit. She actually said they were blue. Now tell me how she got her cut, because it couldn't have been her, she said, keeping her eyes on Bandit.
I could smell cancer on the wound.
I can smell cancer on your wife for weeks. Didn't say anything about it. Thought it was a new perfume.
Bandit didn't know what to say. He was in a corner where all he could do was try his best to get away from this conversation. Listen, Wendy, I don't think that this is any of your concern. So would you please go away, he said, giving her an angry face.
Why were you screaming last night, Bandit? She kept on testing him. She kept on doing it.
Sorry, I was reading ahead.
Stop.
None of your damn business, that's for sure. Now piss off before I call the cops, he said, gritting his teeth.
Call them. I'd love to tell them you was the one cutting your own daughter's throat.
Fuck, Wendy.
Fucking calm down.
Silence broke Bandit. He slowly went up to her, his whole body almost towering over her. He closed the front door behind him. He was gripping his fist and clenching his teeth. Wendy got a little scared, thinking she had gone too far. Bandit was thinking about all the ways he could harm her
Jesus
for
fucking
making
Christ.
that ridiculous accusation. 1 minute, my cat is climbing all over me.
She's trying to save you.
Fuck down on you. Thing she's gonna do for making that ridiculous accusation. She didn't know what happened. She didn't know the pain his family is suffering. But he stopped when he saw just how scared she was. He took a step back and looked at her, realizing he was just about to harm his wife's best friend. Then he walked back to the door, put his back on it, and slowly sat down. He was like scooching his ass down the door. I'm sorry about that, Wendy. You really stressed me out for a second. But you do have a right to know.
Does she? Does she?
Yeah. She's gonna be looking at his fucking kids, I'd say.
Okay, I guess.
Now she won't. Now she'll know not to threaten Bingo with a knife.
You know, I did he ever say that he opened the door again? All he said was that he, like, you know, put his back against the door and sat down. Is he, like, talking to her through the door?
Closed the door. He did say he closed
Yeah, he closed the door and then he put his back on it and slowly sat down. So he's just, like, screaming at her through the door.
I assumed he was outside already.
Oh, okay. I guess that's possible. I did not consider that possibility.
And then he just drug his ass down the door lengthwise.
Just leaving like a
long ways.
Just leaving a long shit stain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bandit, I'm sorry for assuming you did something like that to your daughter. I was just worried that something bad
Well, something bad did happen to her. And you were right. Someone did cut her neck. But it wasn't me. It was Chili, he said, looking at the ground.
But wait, you mean Chili did that to her? Bandit, that's impossible. She loves her kid.
And she still does. But do you want to know why she's in the hospital? Sigh. Wendy, she has cancer, he said plainly.
No, Bandit, this can't be true. Why does she have cancer? She should have called me. I could have tried to at least...
Wendy. Just happens, okay? We have no control over it.
But why
Dog
did
God
she...
did this.
It's all because of Dog God. That doggone Dog God. He's always like this. But why did she try to cut her neck? Little bit bingo-y though.
She has a tumor in her brain, which makes her have mood swings. It can make her sad, angry, or even happy. But they're all unpredictable, he explained. And the reason you heard me scream last night was because I got angry that I might lose the love of my life. He started to tear up. And now you come here, to my house, accusing me that I harmed one of my own daughters. Don't you understand how stressed I am? I don't know what to do. The only reason I didn't tell anyone was because I didn't want to ruin her reputation.
This is the
He
scene
started to
Bandit's getting an
cry.
Oscar for.
He's gonna get a blowjob at least. He started to cry. He cried to cover it. Wait, no. He started to cry. He cried to cover it up.
What?
With his hands.
Oh,
Tears
okay.
still got through. Wow. He's crying to cover up the fact that he's crying.
We've been there. Wendy felt
I'll never
horrible.
suspect.
She thought she was doing the right thing in trying to protect Bingo, but she was wrong. She
Classic
tried to
Wendy.
comfort him, but all he did was get up and grabbed her by the shoulders. That startled her. He looked her right in the eyes, tears still coming out of his eyes.
Listen, Wendy. Tomorrow I'll tell her friends and family that she has cancer. But I won't tell them what happened at Bingo, alright? Alright? I'm going to tell you the same thing I told
Capiche?
my brother. You can say she has cancer, but keep your mouth shut about what happened to Bingo and Chili. Bingo and Chili. Don't do it for me, do it for her, he sternly said. He didn't squeeze her like he did to his brother. But Wendy got the point. Even though Bandit was acting crazy, she knew she was still in the wrong for assuming he would ever hurt Bingo.
Okay, I promise I won't tell anyone, Bandit,
She said, getting off from his grip.
What? She what?
But can I please ask, is Chili gonna be fine? Will she survive? Wendy asked him.
Bandit took a deep... Jesus. Bandit took a deep breath and let all his stress out. He stopped crying and told Wendy what Sean had said to him. Brisbane Hospital, 1 hour earlier. Bandit was talking to Chili on how he was biting Bingo.
This was like in the last chapter, remember? When
Bite Bingo?
when they were like when he was like sleeping and he like and she had a dream and she woke
okay,
up and he was
yeah.
biting her for some reason.
Now I remember. I was like, Jesus, Bingo's getting fucking assaulted from all directions. Thinking she was a bone. There we go. Chili was laughing at the story. And then she said, "Am I bone-shaped?" Bandit said, smiling.
Chili
burst
bursted out. Oh,
You go ahead.
okay. Chili bursted out laughing. The story was just too good. Just too good. Why were you biting her, Bandit? Actually, where are the kids? She asked. She just realized Bingo and Bluey were not in the room. She was too distracted by Bandit's stories that she forgot about them.
Bluey and Bingo. Who's that? He said, fading away. Where's it? Oh. Well, Sean said you were having mood swings, and I was just worried you would get angry and say something to the girls, he explained.
Oh, Does Bingo still hate me?
Yeah.
Yeah, about that. Oh, about that. About that. Yeah, she does. Yeah.
You better patch things up before you die very soon. She doesn't hate you. She's just in a mood. Just give her more time. I know that deep down she misses you, honey, he said, looking down. Creek.
Creek, as in a small river.
Mr. Healer, may I have a word with you? Sean said, entering the room.
Bandit looked at him, and then he looked at Chili. It'll just be a minute, honey, he said to her, giving her a kiss on the cheek. Bandit and Sean got out of the room and closed the door. Sean went through his paperwork. How is she? Oh, I know that's you.
How is she doing now, Mr. Healer? Sean asked. Aren't you the fucking doctor, you piece of shit?
That's what she'd be asking you.
Yeah!
Fucker. I mean, she seems to be herself right now. She hasn't had any other type of mood swings, Bandit answered.
All right, that's a good sign. Her brain tumor had also stopped growing for now, but it's too early to say if she will survive in the next 3 weeks. Very specific time frames.
She's fucked. Stop giving him false hope. She's fucked. What? 3 weeks? Bandit said.
Well, you know what they say. Chili Shivo is kind of alive-o. Mr. Healer, your wife has worsened today. And every hour she starts to lose more weight. She still refuses to eat, and if her tumor starts to grow again, she will require surgery for it, which will not only be expensive, but there's a higher chance she would die from the surgery than if we don't cut off the tumor, Sean explained.
I mean, yeah, the chances of you dying undergoing surgery are definitely higher if you're actually having surgery than if you're not.
Yeah, I would agree, but yeah. Yeah, that checks out, yeah.
So why the fuck did you ask me how she was if you were just gonna tell me she's about to die? Kinda sick motherfucker. This was a lot to take in, but Bandit understood what it meant. There's a chance she might survive, and a chance she might die in 3 weeks.
Let's see.
There is something you can do. If you manage somehow to convince her to eat and gain a few pounds, we can do the surgery, and she will have a higher chance of surviving. The author is informing us that, for some inexplicable reason, Sean is a fan favorite.
I'm not up on my BLUEY lore.
Sean's not a real character in fucking BLUEY. There's no fucking
I
Sean
don't
in
know.
BLUEY.
Remember how many background ponies there were?
Yeah, but I don't know. This and that are different things. I mean, fucking Vinny Vine Sauce is a background dog in BLUEY.
That's true. Could be Dr. Fine Sauce.
He could be fucking Dr. Sauce. We don't know that. We don't know. Okay.
So if I manage to make her gain some pounds in 3 weeks, she might survive, Bandit asked.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, you have 20 minutes before visiting hours are over. Don't stay too long, mate, he said as he left Bandit in the dim hallway. It still surprised Bandit just how little emotion Sean had. But he couldn't blame him. He's a doctor, and doctors see their patients die every day, especially when they're bad doctors. He went back to Chili's room, where she still had a smile on her face, remembering the stories Bandit had told her. What did the doctor said, Bandit? She asked him.
Bandit hesitated a little, but he found the right words to say to his wife. You're going to be okay, sweetie, but you have to do something if you want that to happen, Bandit said.
Bandit said, lying through his teeth. What is it? Chili asked.
You're going to have to eat.
Sorry, you need to do that again. You missed something in that sentence.
You're going to have to eat. My bad.
There we go.
Well, I glazed right over that.
Your
You're
brain
going to
wants
have to eat.
Your brain wants to fix it. Your brain wants to just go over it and read it like a normal sentence. But it's not.
It does it, edits it out.
It's not.
He's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you talking about? I missed something. It's like fucking 8 letters or 8 words.
Okay. But I can't. Every time I try to eat, my body just rejects it. And it hurts my throat, she explained.
Sean said it's the only way so that they can remove the tumor out of your head. Bandit persuaded.
Chili hesitated for a second, but she took a deep breath and looked at him right. She had a determined face. Okay, I'll do it. But can you do me a favor? No question mark?
I'll do anything, honey. Bandit said, excited to see his wife determined to eat.
Tell my dad and Brandy to come visit me tomorrow. And my friends that I have cancer. But please leave out what I did to Bingo.
Are you sure, Chili? I thought it would be better if you just died in 3 weeks so we didn't say anything.
We're gonna replace you with another Chili. It's gonna be Chili 2. Chillier.
Shoreline.
Oh, you already said, are you sure, Chili? Okay.
Yeah.
More than anything, Bandit.
You got it, boss. Bandit replied. like
Because
a
that's how you
86
talk.
guy.
That's how you talk to your wife. Who's dying
you
of
say?
cancer.
My late wife.
They both hugged and gave each other one last kiss for the night. Bandit didn't want to tell her that she only had 3 weeks to determine if she would live or die. But he didn't want to stress her out. Because right now, she is the most important thing in the world to him. End of chapter 5.
That's essentially how my family operates.
He didn't want to
We're gonna wait
stress
till
him
the
out.
day.
Okay. Chapter 6, Reunion. Oh, it's a long one. It's a really long
That
one.
was long too.
I think they only get longer. Okay, the next one's shorter. Okay.
I think 4 was like as long as like the 3 first chapters combined almost.
Yeah, I think that was the longest chapter we've read this far. And this what? Whoops. And this one is even. Oh my God, no!
What?
I keep accidentally going to Tumblr instead. Cause I keep hitting the home button instead of the forward arrow. So everybody's gonna see my posts, not my posts. Chapter 6, Reunion. 9 days have passed, ever since Chili was diagnosed with cancer, while she started to grow tumors on her stomach. They weren't that big or noticeable. Bandit visited her every day. He didn't bring the girls, because of the risk of her having an angry mood swing. She did have them, sometimes, but she wasn't as aggressive, and he calmed her down by being nice and gentle towards her. She was slowly gaining weight. Bandit made sure to bring her food every day. When she tried to eat it, it would burn her throat, but she tries her best to eat at least half of it. While eating the food, Bandit always encouraged her to eat. His cheering made her swallow the food easier. It was early in the morning. Bandit was gonna visit Chili later in the afternoon with his brother, Trixie, Bluey, Bingo, and their cousins. But right now, her father Mort and sister Brandy decided to visit her today. Brandy was a bit hesitant to see her, but her father insisted on it. They parked in the hospital parking lot, which is a good place to park in a hospital, and walked to the entrance. "Thanks for driving me today, Brandy. I would have done it myself, but you know my sums have not been the same," said Mort. Mort was a retired Army veteran. He was a red heeler with bushy hair and a beard. He always wore a green hat with him. He might be old, but he's still active and moving around, even though he had heartworm.
Oh no.
Oh no. "It's all right, Dad. I'm just glad to see Chili today. It took me a while to come here, because Bandit said she had mood swings. And none of them were too bad, but her angry mood swings were the worst." Brandy
Look
was
like
also...
dying sister. She might be kind of bitchy.
She's already bitchy in her day-to-day life. Imagine how bitchy she's going to be when she's dying. Brandy
Yeah.
was also a red healer, with a bit of white on her body, and one large red spot on her back. They walked to the building and asked the front office to see Chili Healer. After they were confirmed to be relatives, they both got on the elevator to floor 6, where Chili was located, in room 405. "Don't worry, Brandy. I doubt she will say anything bad to you. You're her sister. What could you have done wrong?"
That's who gets the worst things.
I was gonna say, like, I see where this is fucking going, he said, putting his paw on her shoulder. "Heh, yeah, you're right, Dad," she said nervously. "Still, though, I'm sad that she has cancer this early in her life. None of our family ever had it, but Bandit has been taking good care of her. I always knew he was a good husband towards her," said Mort. "He said that he's going to visit her later today with his brother. And this time, he's going to bring Bluey and Bingo," she said. Hooray! That was well timed. Do you hear that? Do you hear the music?
No.
Well, like I said earlier, I got the Bluey soundtrack. I got the Bluey soundtrack playing, and shut the fuck up. And the moment I said, "and this time he's gonna bring Bluey and Bingo," the fucking audio clip of Bluey and Bingo going "hooray" played. And
That's me.
No, that's you?
Yeah, that's me.
Where'd you? Well, I thought that was in the fucking music.
No, it was the soundboard.
Where'd you fucking put that on it? Like right now?
Big? Chungus?
No, it's been there this whole time, actually.
Really? Where the fuck did you get these? Why do you have these?
They're just in my girlfriend's server.
No, I thought that was in the fucking music, and you fucker. You... This is not approved by the Vatican. That's okay. He's gonna bring Bluey and Bingo, she said. He's never brought them before? No, he said he couldn't bring them here, because Chili was saying some bad things towards both of them, before she was put in the hospital. And he didn't want the girls to hate their own mom, so he gave them time to understand it wasn't her fault. Even then, why would they hate Chili? She's never done anything wrong to them. Did she?
Obviously, she has.
Well, Bandit was never specific on what Chili said, But I doubt it's anything too bad, she said. The elevator reached floor 6. They got off and headed to Chili's room. Where they saw Sean, the gray and black German shepherd. No, that's spelled right. Shepherd, yeah. That's spelled correctly. Gray and black German shepherd waiting for them at the door. Hello there, mate. You must be Sean. Bandit told us about you. Thanks for taking care of my daughter for me. Mort offered him a handshake. It's not my first time, nor will it be my last. I will care till your wife till she is dead. It's just what I'm paid to do.
I will see her into the fucking grave.
I'll see her into the grave. Just be sure you know what to say, because even though she's been all right for a few days, doesn't mean she can't change. Be careful, Sean said emotionless. Sean left them and went to his office to get some paperwork done. Guess Bandit was right. He really is an emotionless bastard, said Mort. Blunt.
He's a doctor. To a point they gotta be.
Haven't you heard of fucking Bedside Manor? Come on. They two healers went inside the room where Chili was located. She was sleeping right now, but she was looking a lot better. Her fur was starting to return to its normal color, even though it was just a little. And she wasn't as skinny as before, but she still looked malnourished. Brandy touched her hand to try and wake her up. Chili moved a little bit, but she woke up to her sister Brandy. She was glad to see her sister. She then looked to her right and also saw her dad. Hey there, sis. How are you feeling? Brandy asked. Brandy, Dad, it's so good to see you two, Chili said, lifting her head up. Brandy gave Chili a long hug. Their dad joined in. They stood there for a good while. Chili started to cry a bit, but she made sure they didn't hear her. She didn't want the hug to end, but it did. Brandy had some tears in her eyes. Seeing her own sister like this made her feel horrible. She had always loved her little sister, ever since they were young pups. Mort wasn't crying, but he was still depressed on the idea that he would get to live longer than his daughter. Grim. In his mind, he wishes he could have switched spots with Chili and have cancer instead of her. Are you feeling any better, Chili? Mort said. Well, the doctor said in 2 weeks I'm going to have surgery in my head so that they can take the tumor out, Chili explained. But he also said I have a 70% chance of dying. Womp womp.
Whoops.
Why do you have such a low possibility of living? Haven't you been eating? Asked Brandy. I have, but he said that when a dog gets older, the chance of surviving tumors in the brain always gets lower. Tumors in the brain is the official diagnosis, by the way. That's what it says on, like, her patient record.
Every time I have a headache, Within tells me I have tumors in the brain.
Chili said, rubbing her head. Brandy and Mort were surprised by the news, but Mort went up to Chili and stood right in front of her. It's all up to you then, Chili. You have to be strong. You have 2 kids to take care of. You can't leave them like this, Chili, he said, fucking shaming her for dying.
You have to control the outcome of the surgery.
Just live, forehead.
Maybe they're Christian scientists. They're just trying to pray the tumor away.
Dog Jesus? We were talking about Dog God a minute ago. In some way, Chili felt as if she was being scolded, because she was. But even then, her father was right. If she died, Bluey and Bingo would be motherless, until Bandit remarries. Bandit will take care of them, but it won't be the same. Oh!
I gotta point out, fucking. She is 3 weeks to live as of a week ago. She's been in the hospital for a week. Her dad and sister finally show up and they're like, "Oh fuck, better not die."
What the fuck are your kids gonna do if you die? What the fuck's your problem?
Bro, that sucks. Could you try not to die?
Could you get rid of the tumors? Could you stop growing them? Okay. Bitch! Literal bitch!
Oh, Jesus. Anya, no.
Okay, Dad. I'll be strong. But is okay if you bring me some water? Chili pointed to the water bottle on the right side of the bed. Of course, Chili. He grabbed the water bottle and went to the door. Where's the nearest water fountain, Chili? Mort asked. It's down by the left hall. It's where Bandit normally gets it, she said. All right, I'll be back, girls. Mort shut the door closed, leaving his daughters in the room. Hey, Chili, how are the kids doing? Brandy asked. They're doing okay. I haven't seen them in a while, but it gets real quiet here, and when it does, all I can think about is them. It's just not the same. You know, I feel empty, she said, looking down. Well, I can't wait to see him, and I heard that Bandit is gonna buy us all some food. He didn't say what it was, but I bet it's really good, Brandy said, starting a conversation. Chili was listening to Brandy, but when she said Bandit's name, something triggered her mentally. She was getting a headache, and her pupils started to constrict. Uh-oh. It gave her the same feeling she felt when she saw Bingo in the kitchen. Pure anger. He also said he was going to bring someone Brandy, Chili interrupted. Yes, Chili, she said, noticing a change in Chili's personality. Can you give me your hand, Brandy? Chili had her paw opened. Brandy hesitated for a second, but she complied and put her hand on her. Chili gripped it and held it. Nothing happened for a few seconds. It was making Brandy feel uncomfortable. You really think you're slick, sister? Do you think you get to talk about my husband? Do you think you have the right to talk about my children? Brandy was confused about what was happening to Chili until she saw her face. Her eyes were staring right at her. She looked in some way different. Brandy then realized she was having a mood swing. She tried to take her hand away from her, but Chili kept on gripping her. She was abnormal strong for someone who has cancer. Oh no.
That's a great line for some reason.
Oh, we're gonna get an even better line in just a minute. You stay away from Bandit. You stay away from Bluey. And you stay away from the red little shit. Even if I die. And you get near them, I will. And even if I die and you get near them, I will find a way to come back and tear your ovaries out of your infected, overused vagina, Chili said sternly. Oh my.
Brandy said, Chili, what the fuck?
Chili said, what the fuck? Chili said, Brandy said, Chili, maybe it's good you're dying.
Maybe you should hurry up and die.
Like, Brandy just goes over and just fucking pulls the ventilator out. Like, pop!
The red little shit.
The red little shit.
The little red shit.
Little red shit. Remember that fairy tale, Little Red Shit? She goes to her grandmother's house and meets the wolf? I know that.
And this tumor really hates Bingo.
This tumor really does. It's got it out for Bingo in particular. Who knows why? Brandy.
It's like the fucking Venom symbiote.
Brandy kept on trying to get her hand away from Chili. All Chili did was dig her claw in her arm. She was starting to bleed.
Chili, stop hurting me! You're hurting me! Brandy cried. She got her hand away from her sister eventually, but she fell on the ground and looked at her cut, Chili cut deep in her forearm. It was a long, deep cut. She was bleeding profusely. You will always be a worthless bastard, Brandy. Just like Dad always said. Chili wasn't wrong.
Objectively,
Objectively.
Brandy is a
Worthless bastard, just like Dad said. Yeah. Objective. It's an objective truth.
I'm gonna edit the Bluey wiki right now.
They both lost their mother to a crocodile 7 years ago, before Bluey was born. Brandy was almost disowned by her father for not even trying to save her. Again,
Get in there and open that fucking crocodile's mouth.
just pry its fucking jaws open. She got up.
To that video with the gorillas fighting and the lady's like, "It's the zookeeper."
Get the fucking zookeeper.
What are you gonna do? Get in there and get between them? Fucking pull one gorilla off the other.
What you need is you need a gorilla zookeeper to mediate the gorillas in the zoo habitat.
If next time I visit, you get mauled by an alligator, please don't take it personally if I just watch, because I'm not gonna be able to stop that alligator.
Listen, that's not something you have to, that's not gonna be something you'll have to bring up with me, because I'll be eaten by an alligator. You're gonna have to bring that up with someone else. I'll be fine with it. I'll be digested. I'll be fine.
I'll just be like, ugh. And when your dad says, "Why didn't you stop the alligator?" I'm like, how the fuck was I supposed to do
What the
that?
fuck was I supposed to do?
And then he'll call me a useless bastard.
And the narrator will confirm it objectively. She got
He
up.
was a useless bastard.
She got up and ran to the door. Outside was Mort, holding Chili's water bottle. Brandy just grabbed his arm and ran inside of the elevator down the hall. Brandy, what's going on? Why did you leave her? It's nothing, Dad, she yelled, frustrated at the situation. Mort was a bit surprised by Brandy's yelling. He then looked at the wound on her arm, a long, deep scar in her forearm. The word here is gash. The word they're looking for is gash, I believe. Brandy, what happened to your arm? He asked. Very long trail of ellipses. For a dramatic pause.
Ellipses.
Ellipses.
Several ellipsi.
A flock of ellipsi, yes. It's nothing, Dad. It's nothing, she stuttered. Brandy started to tear up. Mort didn't know what to say, but all he could guess was she may have gotten cut in the room. But he doubted it was Chili. Why would his own daughter cut her? Did Chili cut you? Brandy wanted to tell him, but after what Chili said, she did not want to talk about her. She just wanted to go home. She doesn't want to see or even talk about Chili. You're bleeding a lot, Brandy. We're in the hospital. Maybe the doctors could patch. No, I'll just drive to the nearest pharmacy and get some medical tape. Okay, Dad? Always with the fucking medical tape with these people.
They love medical tape.
They love medical tape. When I think I've told you this before, but I like to bring it up because it's so fucking weird to me. When I got my appendix out, they didn't fucking give me any bandages.
No, it's when I had my leg surgery, well, the first time anyway, it wasn't like bandaged. It's just like stapled.
They didn't give me staples either. They just fucking glued it shut with actual glue.
Well then,
And then left me like that.
medical glue though. At least.
We don't know if it was medical glue. That's what they told me. Could have been
That's
Elmer's.
an itemized bill.
I need that itemized bill. Okay, Use pharmacy gets the medical tape. They were quiet for the rest of the time they spent in the elevator. Mort never gave Chili her water bottle. They just left and didn't say a word to her. When they got out, they headed towards Brandy's car. She drove to a pharmacy just down by the city. You know, the city. The capital C, city. City. After buying some hydrogen peroxide and medical tape, she fixed up her wound in the car. It wasn't too bad, but it would take some time to heal. But the peroxide really hurt her. Stop fucking putting peroxide on it. Just get some Neosporin. Or just soap and water.
So I've never had peroxide actually hurt me. Like, rubbing alcohol stings like a bitch, but
I don't think I've
until I
ever.
put
I don't think.
peroxide on, it's ever burned.
I don't think I've ever had peroxide on a wound.
Like, you can, like, gargle peroxide.
You can drink peroxide.
I don't suggest it, but
You could.
you can. That's like a thing you can do for fucking,
You can do it for a laugh.
some form of infection.
Oh man, someone probably has been suggested that. Drink peroxide for your throat infection. Oh god.
Drink horse dewormer to cure your...
Peroxide and
COVID.
horse dewormer. That's what you need for your tumors. Okay.
That will cure you of your saltwater crocodile attack.
She then dropped off her dad at his house. They didn't say anything, and Brandy just drove off to her home. It was located 15 minutes away from her father's location. It was a medium-sized, 2-floor house, on top of a small hill away from any dogs and technology, 'cause Brandy was a Mennonite. While most of the terrain lacked trees, it had a few trees surrounding her house. So, you know, it didn't have any trees except for the places where there were trees. A sigh. At least I'm home, she said, looking at her medical tape. She opened the door and entered her home. Even though she lived in a decently large-sized house, 2 rooms on the first floor, with also a living room. The second floor had 3 rooms. Only one of them was
Yeah.
occupied, and had a bed and a small desk near it. Oh, okay, a small desk near the bed. I thought it was a bed and a small desk near the room. Not inside the room, just near it.
Just in the hallway.
Just in the hall near it. The first
I
floor...
don't know how Australians live.
Who knows? They're on the other side of the world. Of course they live upside down. They're upsy-down, topsy-turvy laws. The first floor had a small kitchen with a table made for 4 people, but Brandy never had company. The living room had a large TV, a small table, and a 2-seater couch. Brandy went upstairs to her bedroom and laid down on her bed. Her sheets were covered with the landscape of Australia. If this took place in America, her blanket would have the Statue of Liberty on it. She
Well,
just...
that sounds even more likely.
She just sat there for a few minutes, lost in her mind, thinking about Chili and all the good times she had with her. They were always close. They played together. They rode the canoe with their dad. One time they snuck out to a party, and our dad never found out. But now it all leads up to this. Her own sister cutting her arm. What's going on with you, Chili? She looked at her bandage. She had an idea of what made Chili act the way she did towards her. But even then, Brandy thought she had moved on from the incident. She started to tear up, not knowing what Bandit and his kids were getting into. Now, I'm gonna make a prediction here. They're making vague allusions to an incident. That could be the crocodile. But
Could be the crocodile.
it could be the crocodile, but if you recall, the whole reason they even introduced Brandy as a character in the show is because they wanted to have an episode about infertility.
Oh, that's true.
Chili fucking punched Brandy in her stomach so hard it made her womb break. That's
Oh,
my
no.
prediction. That's my prediction. I don't know. I haven't read beyond this point. That's just my prediction, based on context clues.
Maybe she tried to save her mom from the saltwater crocodile, and it ripped out her
It
womb.
ripped out her womb.
Gave her a surprise hysterectomy.
Bandit's house, 2:10 p.m. in the afternoon.
Oh my god, it's me!
It's finally you again. Thank God.
It's like Anya knocked something down. Alright.
The author is in chat saying you'll see in like chapter 40.
Oh, hell yeah.
But there's only 34 chapters, so they appear to have a lot of story to tell.
It's ongoing. I remember last time I peeked ahead and it
Yeah,
said it was still ongoing.
but
Do you have patience, goddammit?
no, I don't. I really don't. 10 or so chapters left. Okay, so it does have an ending. You're not just going and just going and going and going. Okay, you have
One Piece. Bluey
the
fanfics.
one piece of Bluey fanfiction. Okay.
Stories work when they have a beginning, a middle, and an end. One Piece does not subscribe to this.
And yet it works anyway. Who can fucking figure it out?
Fuck One Piece, basically. Anyway.
I have no opinions on One Piece.
It's almost time to leave, yelled Bandit. He was at the front door of the house with his car keys. He was going to bring his kids to see Chili. Stripe and Trixie said they would also join them with their kids. They were all going to meet up at 3:30. We're coming, Dad, yelled Bluey as she ran downstairs. Bingo slowly followed her. Alright, kids, did you brush your teeth? I want Mom to see some clean canines.
Oh,
Bandit said.
clever wordplay.
Yeah, because if they brush their teeth, then their canines are clean.
And they're
And they're
also
also
clean
clean
canines.
dogs.
It's fucking perfect. A+.
Derived from Canis lupus. Bandit said. Bluey showed her father. Jesus Christ. Excuse me. It's my fault. That one's on me. Bluey showed her father her teeth, while wagging her tail. Bingo, on the other hand, was facing away from him and looking at the floor. Bingo, are you okay, honey? Bandit kneeled down to her.
Dad, I don't want to go with Mum. I'm scared of her. Please don't make me go.
Bingo said.
Ding dong.
No,
Speaking of
you
Wendy.
missed some. You missed like two words.
Oh my
two
god, sorry.
two sentences rather.
Anya's being very distracting. She knocked something down that was loud enough to make a big ding, and I can't find what it was.
Put her in the blender. This is
Honey,
blender
okay, honey,
behavior.
that. Oh, I know, mate, but I can't leave you alone here by yourself, explained Bandit.
But you can leave me with Judo's, Mum. And we'll just be playing games.
Bingo said.
Ding dong asterisk.
Speaking of Wendy, Bandit opened the front door. She'll be joining us. Wendy was at the front door holding a small blue purse. She gave a smile to the girls and greeted Bandit with a handshake. Bingo just looked on the ground. Bingo just looked on the ground, a bit angry she wanted to come with them. And she will be on her best behavior like you two, okay? He said, giving Wendy a scowl.
Bandit, what the fuck's your damage? What the fuck are you talking about?
She will not bring up the fact that we've been fucking for the last 9 days.
But Chili's only been in the hospital for a week.
She will not bring up the fact that we've been fucking for the last 9 days.
Of course, Bandit, she said, trying her best to keep eye contact with him. Bandit left the front door and went to his car. Bandit left the front door and went to his car, calling out for his children. He buckled them up and got in the car. Wendy was the last one to get in the Jeep. The trip was silent at first, but then Bluey got bored and wanted to watch some cartoons.
Hey, Dad, can Bingo and I watch some cartoons? Bluey asked. Yeah, I think the tablets are in the middle pocket seat, Bandit said. Bluey opened the middle pocket seat from the car, where the tablets were. They both each grabbed a separate tablet and turned it on to watch their tools. They love Tool.
I love
Tool and Corn.
They just love those Tool music videos.
Feeling like a freak on a leash. How?
Get it? Because
That's not
they're
even Tool,
dogs!
that's Corn.
Because
Anyway.
they're dogs!
However, it was a bit loud.
No, I think it's so...
Thank you, the hanky panky, all dogs goes from the tablet played.
No, I was gonna say, I think it's so fucking bullshit that the modern youth just gets to watch, like, fucking cartoons on their tablet in the car.
Oh yeah, on command.
Yeah, on command. Because when I was a kid, I thought it was the coolest shit in the world for there to be, like, a TV built into the back of the car. I thought that was, like, the peak of technology. I was like, we can't get any better than this. I never had one.
Then too, it was like gated to like rich kids, but now,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and it was only
know.
rich kids had it.
now it's like even poor kids got a tablet.
Maybe they probably should not have one, but they do. And that's
Yeah.
not saying something about poor kids. That's all kids. All kids should not have a tablet.
Now even poor kids can get groomed.
no, even the poor kids can get groomed. It's
Lucky
equal
children.
opportunity.
You're gonna have to stream on Kick pretty soon.
God forbid. Okay, down by the pank of the bullfrog
By the pank
song.
of the froggy bullfrog bank.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog?
Kids, put your fucking headphones on. I swear to God, if I hear Baby Shark wouldn't work out one time. I'm gonna stab Bingo in the goddamn neck.
And the other side.
Kids, put your headphones on. It's a bit loud, he actually said, yelled Bandit.
But he was thinking the other thing. Oh, sorry, Dad, the girls said in unison. They paused their videos. Both of them grabbed their wired headphones from the pocket seat and connected it to the tablets. Bluey's headphones were blue, while Bingo's were bingo-y. The car...
Bingo flavor.
Because they were the color of bingo. The car was quiet now, for a while at least, until Wendy got bored and tried to have a conversation with Bandit. So what do you plan on buying for Chili? You know, when you go get food for her.
Well, I plan on getting her some pretty sweet nunya, Bandit replied. But he was glad to see that Bandit was talking to her.
Oh, what's nunya? Is it a type of casserole? She asked.
Dragging D's nuts across your face. It's none of your dang business, that's for sure, Wendy, he said, giving her a glare.
Bandit, that was rude and uncalled for. Why would you say that? She said a bit loud, but the kids were too distracted by their cartoons to even notice.
He's still on this. Well, let's see here.
Didn't they
He
make
came
up
to my
last
house.
chapter at the end of last chapter?
Yeah, so it's been like 5 or 6 days. Well, let's see here. You came up to my house, accused me of cutting my own daughter's throat. You didn't take a hint to leave when I told you to. You stressed me out to the point where I was crying on the ground, and even told me that you would tell the cops, something I didn't even do. So is that a good enough explanation? Bandit said.
Look, I said I was sorry, okay?
It was a week ago, you fucking
You fucking asshole.
crazy bastard. Why would you invite me out to this if you're still mad about it? I thought that you harmed.
Oh no,
Wait,
this is me.
That's you.
They fucking jumped a line, so I assumed it was the new person talking. I thought that you harmed Bingo. It was suspicious. Chili was in the hospital. And well, since you was the only one with the girls, it made me suspect it was you.
And yet you're still a dick for making me break down. Plus, Bingo didn't look traumatized, but she stayed with you. She would be if I harmed her in some way. And lastly, when I went to pick her up, why was she smiling at me?
We must not forget the famous Bingo album, Just a Lad.
It's only a lad.
Fucking whatever. I always mix that up. I always fucking
Only
mix.
a lad.
Whatever. I always mix that up. It's just means the same shit. Well, I mean, scuffs. Wendy was in a lack of words. All she did was cross her arms and look to the side of the window, looking at the tall buildings they were passing. At first she had a scowl on her face, but then it left and was replaced with a depressed face. She shed a tear from her eye and started to hiccup a little.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Bandit noticed it looked like... Jesus. Bandit noticed it and looked in the back to see if the kids were listening. They were too busy watching their fucking finger family to even notice them. Thought you went a little too far, just like Wendy did yesterday. Wendy. What, Wendy? I'm sorry. Look, I did say you did have a right to know, because you and my wife are best friends. It's all been stressful for me, and well, I don't know, mate, but please don't cry, Bandit said.
I'm not crying, Wendy said as she wiped tears from her eyes. But I do accept your apology, Bandit. And like I said before, I'm sorry for assuming that you harmed your daughter.
Alright, glad we worked that out.
For the second
Yeah,
time.
Just will not let this go. Alright, glad we worked that out. Now I was planning on going to this pizza place down by the hospital. Heard it has good pineapple pizza.
Ugh, I hate pizza. It's too greasy and unhealthy. It just goes straight to your thighs, Wendy complained.
Thighs. Bandit laughed.
What the fuck?
The Peter Griffin ass.
It's fucking thighs.
Wendy, holy crap.
Wendy, remember my belt?
This is worse than the time my wife got a brain tumor and tried to kill Bingo.
So, were you and Stripe really complaining about whether or not thick thighs do save lives? Wendy questioned.
What? Who the hell told you about that conversation? Asked Bandit.
Wendy pointed her thumb at Bluey in the back. He was shocked to know that one of his daughter heard his conversation with his brother, so he made a mental note to talk about the incident with Bluey after they were done going to the hospital.
Wendy, promise me you won't tell anybody about what I said to Stripe, alright? It was a private conversation. I didn't know Bluey was listening. He said a little aggressive, but not at Wendy, mostly to himself.
Oh, I won't make any promises about that, Bandit, she grinned at him.
Ow. One sec. I got a USB a flash drive stuck in my mustache. Don't ask how.
That's a very specific problem. I don't think anyone has said those words in that order before.
I got it now. God, that stings. Bandit gave her a scowl. He didn't say it, but his face told her everything. I'll make sure you regret it if you tell anyone. Bandit then noticed that he was getting close to the hospital. He turned left and found the visitor's parking spot and parked his car. Bandit and Wendy got out of the car. Bandit opens the second car door and took the girl's headphones and tablets away from him. No more
Hey!
finger family. you
no
little
more,
shits.
no more fucking finger family for you.
Hey!
The sisters said.
Sorry kids, but we're at the hospital now. Let's go see your mother. She has like 10 days left tops. She's waiting for you.
Probably
two,"
should have brought you here earlier.
Bandit said, smiling happily.
Bluey happily took her seatbelt off and got out of the car. But Bingo didn't even want to take her seatbelt off. She was just rubbing her thumbs and looking nervously at the ground. Bandit knew she was scared, but he had an idea on how to bring her to the hospital.
Sigh. Hey mate, I know you're scared to see your mom. And well, I'll be honest with you, I'm kinda scared too. So if you really don't want to see her, you can stay outside the room, Bandit said, putting his hand on Bingo's shoulder.
Why are you scared, Dad?
Bingo questioned.
I'm sure it came across on the stream just fine, but Discord decided you peaked the mic so bad it cut out everything but Bingo question.
Okay.
Why are you scared, Dad?
I don't know.
Just
It's
the
just
big-
weird. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, it's great that just the Bingo voice in general is too peaky for the mic to even pick up.
I know, that's what you
Whoopsie.
want. You want to aim for the red.
Red means good. Red means good sound.
I don't know. It's just weird that she hasn't had any angry mood swing in a while. And well, I think that she might snap. That's what you should tell your daughter who was nearly killed by this woman and trying to convince her to go inside. But then again, it might just be my nerves. But we have to see her. I made a promise, he explained as Bingo got out of the car. Bandit locked the car with his keys. His kids and Wendy went inside the hospital to the front office, where a female Doberman worked. Hello, we're here to see Chili Healer. I'm Bandit Healer, and these are my kids. And that's my wife's friend, Wendy, Bandit said.
The Doberman looked at her computer.
Let's see here, Chili Healer.
Okay, you guys can go right in, the Doberman said. More like Doberwoman.
Oh,
Well, Bluey's Bandit's belt has gone woke. Dober person.
is it okay if we wait for my brother and his family to come? It shouldn't be long.
Of course, mate. You can sit down by the chairs on the left corner. They all went to the corner where the 4 chairs were. Bandit sat next to Wendy. Bluey went to the corner of the chairs with Bingo.
Hey Dad, when's Uncle Strip gonna be here? Bluey asked. I'll text Trixie. They're probably not too far from the hospital. Bandit looked at his phone. Hey Trixie, how long until you guys get to the hospital? Bandit texted. Trixie replied, it'll be like 5 minutes. Okay, she said she'll be here in 5 minutes, Bandit said to his daughters.
Oh, Bandit, I've never met your brother or his wife and kids. What are they like? Asked Wendy.
Well, Stripe's my younger brother. He's pretty much like me. He's just not a stay-at-home dad. He's always working. Trixie is a stay-at-home mom for now, taking care of Muffin and Socks. She believes that internet-based facts and blogs are always correct. But then again, she's a new mom. Bandit explained. Bandit stretched
Trixie's
his
got
back
some
on the
very
chair,
controversial
kinda looked-
opinions on vaccines.
She loves Joy Behar. Yeah, one time she had a whole ordeal with a broccoli incident, all because she thought broccoli was a fruit. He shuddered a little.
What broccoli incident? Wendy questioned. The fucking broccoli thing again. Remember when they brought that up the first time?
Yes.
It's back! Trick joke!
Just when you have broccoli in the fruit basket, you use a lot of people.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You kind of fucking went robot for a minute there. You good?
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah, your mic's doing some weird shit.
that's probably my connection.
Yeah, I can't really understand you.
Oh no.
Yeah, you sound like you've got some sort of a robot filter on. Oh no! I'm being instructed to go on without him. Alright. Okay, if you haven't gotten this figured out by the end of the chapter, then we'll probably just cut it there. But I'll finish this out. Can't leave something unfinished. Let's see, where were we? Actually, wait. Kero's dead, so he's upside down now. Okay. Okay, let's see. Where were we? Broccoli instance. Yeah, okay. Does she really believe everything on the internet? Wendy asked. Yeah, one time she had a whole ordeal with a broccoli incident. All because she thought broccoli was a fruit. He shuddered a little. What broccoli incident? Wendy questioned. Oh, let's just say when you leave broccoli in a fruit basket, it usually involves a lot of paperwork. What? Anyways, then there's muffins. Anyways, then there is a muffin. A muffin. She's 3 years old. And a hyper child. She sometimes gets a little bratty, but then again she's 3. And finally, there's Socks. She's the youngest one. About 2 years old. She had a rare condition last year where she walked on all fours. It was called being 2 years old. But isn't that normal for a 1-year-old? Wendy questioned. It is, until they start biting, and they poop all over the floor and they feel like it, and then they eat it, and sometimes they put it back. Okay, that's enough, Wendy yelled. And sometimes they put it back. Are they saying, like, like back up their ass? I think that requires a lot of dexterity for an infant. All the doctors and patients in the room looked at them for a few seconds, then they got back to their business. Why did you yell, Judo's mum? Bluey asked. Because Bandit was telling me about some rather grotesque information, Wendy answered. Well, you asked and I answered, he replied. But I didn't need to know that. Well, now you do. Award-winning dialogue. Bandit then noticed the sliding door opening on the left. He saw his brother Stripe with his wife and kids, but also his mum, which was surprising, because she lived a whole hour and a half away from the hospital. Bandit got up to greet his brother. Hey, Bandit, how's it going? Stripe asked, giving him a handshake. Hi, Stripe. Hi, Trix. It's good to see you here, Bandit said. He then went to give his mum a hug. She was an old... Sorry, got it weird. Sorry. She was an old blue-purple healer. She wore pink glasses because of her age. She was also getting a little chubby. Mom, I didn't expect to see you here. Oh, Bandit, Stripe told me what happened to Chili. I felt so bad I came here to see her, Nana said. Well, Mom, I'm sure she'll be happy to see you, Bandit said. Stripe went up to Wendy. This was his first time meeting her. Hey there, you must be Wendy. My brother said you're Chili's friend. It's nice to meet you. I'm Stripe. Hi there, Puh. Do I know you from somewhere? You look familiar. Wendy felt as if she had seen the blue healer before, but she could be wrong. Or he could just be another blue healer that just happened to look similar. Maybe. No, I don't think so, Stripe said, also having that same feeling. Dad, we're going to see Aunt Chili. Let's go. Wait, said Socks. Sorry, let me do this properly. Woof, 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 said Socks, as she went ahead and followed her mother. Wendy and Stripe looked at each other for a second, and then went on to follow the group into the elevator. After they reached floor 6, they all got off and went to Chili's hallway, where her room was located. Before they entered the room, Bandit grabbed Bingo and put her in a chair that was next to the room's door. All right, kid, I need you to stay here, okay? Don't go anywhere and don't talk to anyone. Got it? Bandit said. Man, a kid getting abducted from the hospital is, like, comically sad. Like, visiting their sick relative and then they get snatched by a fucking sex pervert. That's horrible. I don't think that's where this is going, but it's horrible. It could happen. Anything could happen. Bingo just nodded. She preferred to be alone in the hallway than be in the same room with Mum. Why is Bingo staying outside, Bandit? Asked Nana. Well, Mom, Chili said some bad things to her because of a mood swing she had. And, well, Bingo's kind of scared of her. Oh, I hope she'll warm up eventually, she said. Yeah, me too, Bandit agreed. Wendy and the healer family entered the room. Chili was sleeping in the covers. After the whole incident with Brandy, she fell asleep. Her mood swing is gone now, but she has no memory of what she did to her sister. Bandit went up to her and grabbed her hand. She slowly opened her eyes to see the dog she cared about be there. Bluey ran to her mom while wagging her tail. She went to the other side of the bed and gave her a long hug. Mom, we missed you, she said, crying a little. Chili was beyond happy to see her own child still loves hers, even after everything she has done. Bluey, I missed you, honey, Chili said. I missed you too, Mum. Are you feeling any better? She replied. A little, honey, but I still need some time to recover completely, Chili said. Muffin and Socks ran up beside Bandit. Uncle Bandit, can you pick us up, please? Said Muffin. Bandit grabbed his two nieces and brought them up to Chili's eye level. It's great to see you, Chili. Me and Stripe are getting worried about you, said Trixie. Woof, 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 Socks said. Oh, not all day, Socks. But yeah, we did talk about you. What did the doctor say about the surgery, Chili? Asked Stripe. Well, it's kinda complicated, she said, getting sad. Outside of the room, Bingo was on the chair swinging her feet. She was bored and looking around the room to see if something interesting caught her eye. I really wish I brought the tablet, she said to herself. Our door was opened about 10 feet. Oh, it's going. The K-hold is going great. It is great. It's actually been surprisingly low-key tonight. I mean, it's been a little bit fucked up, but not, not like last time. Oh, it's just great. It's great. A door was opened about 10 feet away from her. A black and white German Shepherd wearing a doctor's outfit came out of the room holding a Power Rangers lunchbox. He walked towards Bingo, sat on the left chair. They had one chair separating them. He comes out and sits almost directly next to the fucking unattended toddler. Great! Great! Cool! Great to do that. He took out a cheese and ham sandwich. He looked to his right to see Bingo staring at him. She looked hungry, but she's not his problem. So he then went back to eating his plain sandwich.
Hi!
Sean looked back at the red healer. He didn't know what to say, but she continued to talk to him.
I'm Bingo! What's your name?
She asked. Well, I'm Sean Shepherd, he said plainly.
Oh, Sean! I used to have a pet emu named Sean.
Don't you need a permit to own an emu, he said to Bingo.
Well, Sean went on holiday and had kids. I have one of Sean's kids with me right now,
Bingo said to Sean. I doubt you brought a baby emu with you to the hospital, he said, a little intrigued by Bingo.
He's right here.
Bingo put her hand behind her back and took out her hand. She put her fingers together to make it look like an emu.
This is his son, John the emu.
Sean had no reaction to what Bingo just said. He just looked at the emu hand and then looked at her.
Nip, nip,
she said, lightly pinching him on the nose. Ellipses. Sean just went back to finishing his dried sandwich. His dry ham and cheese. Very crunchy. For some reason, Bingo felt as if she had annoyed him. She felt bad and looked on the floor in shame. Now she had no one else to talk to. What she didn't know was there was a black hand shaped like an emu right behind her. Nip, nip, Sean said, nipping Bingo's back. Her name is Miranda. She's a pink emu, Sean said. Bingo was happy he wanted to play with her.
Hee hee, she's pretty. Why is her name Miranda?
She asked. Oh, it's the name of my daughter, Sean said.
Oh, you have a daughter. How old is she? Bingo asked.
How old is she? Bingo asked. Oh, she's doesn't have an... Oh, no. She's doesn't have an age. Oh, no. Oh, I think I see where this is going.
How could she not have an age? Everyone has an age!
Exclaimed Bingo. Sean looked away from Bingo for a second. He looked at the little emu head he made with his hand. He was having a flashback from 10 years ago before he became emotionless. 10 years ago, Sean's house.
Oh no! Oh no!
Sean came back from the hospital at night. He was in his mid-30s. He just finished talking to a family of huskies that their father was not gonna survive lung cancer. They were his children, all... What? Oh, okay. The husky dying of lung cancer had grown children. Okay. They were his children, all grown up. They cried and begged him to save their father, but he couldn't do anything about it. Sean opened the door to his house. His wife greeted him. She was also a German Shepherd because they did not believe in race mixing. But she was black and brown. Her name was Elizabeth.
Hey, honey, are you okay? She greeted him.
Sean just went to the kitchen and grabbed a bottle of whiskey and chugged down a good amount.
What are you doing, Sean?
She yelled at him. All Sean did was put the rest of the whiskey on the kitchen table. He passed his wife and went to their bedroom. He laid in bed and curled himself into a ball. All he did was weep and weep, still remembering the screams the huskies made.
Sean, what happened?
Sean got himself together and stopped crying. He looked at his wife with worried eyes and told her what happened. I was working on a patient today. He had lung cancer. And I told his kids he wasn't gonna make it. They all started crying and grabbing onto my collar, begging me to save him. But I couldn't. They were screaming and screaming. Then security had to take them out. I feel like it's my fault. Hand in unlovable hand.
But it's not, honey. You shouldn't blame yourself for something you can't control.
She went up and sat next to him on the bed. Sean could never forget the screams his family made. The screams the family made. He felt their grief. He felt their sadness. He felt their despair. "How's Miranda?" Sean asked. Oh no.
Our daughter is fine, Sean. She's in the other room sleeping right now. You want to see her? Elizabeth said.
"Yeah, let's go see her," he said as he got up to see his babby. It was a small room with a bunch of babby toys. And in the left corner of the room, without a crib, just in the corner on the floor, was Miranda, the 9-month babby shepherd. She was black with dark brown. She was covered with a small blanket with her head poking out. Sean went up to the crib, which now exists, and used his finger to slowly feel her head. Miranda, still in her sleep, smiled in her sleep. It made Sean smile, knowing that his daughter was all okay, and would be okay forever. Since he is a doctor, he knows how fragile babies are, and how easily they break. Oh my god. That's like a fucking serial killer sentence. Babies are fragile, and how easily they break. That's something you'd find in, like, fucking Dahmer's journal. No, don't write stuff like that. Elizabeth walked up to Sean and held his shoulder, trying to comfort him.
"Come on, honey. We have to go to sleep. It's already late," she said.
Sean wanted to stay longer with her daughter. Her daughter, not the other one. But his tiredness started to get to him. "I'll be with you in a minute," he said.
"All right, don't take too long, honey."
Elizabeth left the room and went to their bed. Sean stayed with his daughter for about 5 minutes until he felt better, and then he joined his wife in the bed.
"Good night, Sean,"
Elizabeth said, hugging her husband. Sean hugged her back. Even though he felt a little better, he started to think about the family again. Sean tried his best to ignore it, but he couldn't. He even started to cry again. But he stopped when his wife put her paw on his face. Prior to this, I think the word used was hand, but now we're using paw. Because I remember thinking, shouldn't it be paw? Because they're fucking dogs. But now it's a paw. Now they're paws.
"You can't control death, Sean. Remember that," she said, looking him in the eyes.
All he did was hug her harder. She was the love of his life. It was 7 in the morning. Sean woke up, hearing his wife crying. It was in Miranda's room. He got up and ran into the room to see his wife holding her daughter in her hands. But something was wrong. Miranda was not moving or reacting to her mom's wailing. He went up to her and grabbed her away from her mom. He put his ear on her small chest. It was not beating. She was dead.
Back to the present.
After Sean was done remembering his daughter's death, he replied to Bingo's question. "Because she died 10 years ago. She had SIDS in her first year of being born," he said. Then my wife left me. She said I was not this man she married, that I lost all my emotions, that she would rather be single than spend 1 more minute with me. Sean still showed no emotions. He wasn't sad or angry. It was all just the same to him. All he did now was work and sleep and eat his dry ham and cheese sandwiches. He hasn't even visited his mom and dad for 10 years. He felt something touch his shoulder. It was Bingo hugging him. She wanted him to feel better. Sean was feeling something he hasn't felt in 10 years. Sadness. He even shedded a tear in his right eye. End of chapter 6. Same as it ever was. This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful wife. Because they left me. So I think because Kero is having... One day you might wake up with a dead baby and ask, how did I get here? Okay. Because Kero's having his tech issues, I think we're gonna call it there. We only did 2 chapters, but they were really long chapters. And it's already almost 3 a.m. So, thank you for being here. I saw at some point we got up to like fucking 9 viewers. That's great. I don't know how many people are here right now. But thank you if you are here. Thank you, Kero, for being my guest. Thank you, Home Blue, for making this master work of fiction for us all to enjoy. Thank you, everybody. I might stream tomorrow. I might not. I don't know when I'm gonna stream next. Probably sooner rather than later. But again, thank you so much. Thank you, Kero. I hope everybody has a good night. If you enjoyed what you saw, you can follow me on Twitch. Once we get to 50 followers, I have a really fucking awesome, fun stream planned. A new stream series will begin. Hey, thank you for being a good sport about it. I know I can be a little, maybe a little bit mean. Me and Kero can be a little bit mean, but you know, you're being a really good sport about it, and that's genuinely awesome. Like a lot of people can't manage that, so I genuinely commend you. But yeah, if you like what I'm doing here, follow me on Twitch. Well, listen, some people make stuff like this, and it's totally legitimate. People make stuff worse than this that's totally legitimate. So, you know, I'm just glad you're not, you know, taking offense to when I called you Dahmer. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it, honest. It's a very fun read. It's a very, very fun read. Yeah, follow me on Twitch. Very fun stream planned once we get to 50. Follow me on YouTube and Twitter, on VTuber Needle. If you see, maybe I can mean it, not mean it a little bit. I can do a little bit of both. Both things can be a little concurrently true, even if it seems like they can't. But yes, thank you everyone. This fucking nightmare will continue. Have a good night, everybody. Otsukuma.